I graduated from university in 2024, and when I entered the real world, I realized my degree didn't mean much. The pressure of life slowly crushed the pride I once had. Maybe society doesn't really need so many college graduates, it just wants their tuition money. College students end up solving job problems for professors and local vendors, but can't solve their own job issues. We help so many industries and people, but can't even support ourselves. Back in college, I used to complain about how little my parents gave me, but now that I'm working, I realize that even sending my parents $140 a month is tough. I went from complaining about them to understanding them, and now I see I'm not even doing better than they are. This year, China will have 12.22 million college graduates entering the job market, setting a new record. With China's economy continuing to decline, finding a job has become increasingly difficult for university graduates. Many people across the country are struggling to find work, and some young women have turned to working in nightclubs just to make a living. Today, let's dive into this topic. But before we do, we would like to invite you to subscribe. Your support is our greatest motivation and allows us to bring you more valuable content. Now, moving on. On March 12th, a WeChat article caught a lot of attention. The title of the article was, "How Scary Will the 2025 Employment Data for College Graduates Be?" The article mentioned that a few days ago, a teacher from a university in Shanghai posted online, sharing that the dean said, "This year, our foreign language department's employment rate is only 7.69%. Out of more than 100 students, only 9 have found jobs." A report from Zhaopin, a popular online recruitment platform in China, stated that the employment rate for 2024 college graduates is 55.5%. However, this number is likely exaggerated. Hong Kong scholar Ding Shui Liang wrote in the Hong Kong Economic Journal that after speaking with mainland university teachers, he learned that the worst universities have an employment rate below 30%, with some around 20%. In fact, counselors are even advising graduates that if they can't find a job, they should write flexible employment on their forms, and when surveyed, they should claim they're doing self-media work. One blogger who graduated from Nanjing University shared that while the university claims a 100% employment rate, in reality, many graduates are doing live streaming online, and some don't even make any money from it. Just look at the statistics. Nanda never dares to release the numbers. Count how many of our graduates are doing live streaming on Douyin, but honestly, that's the reality. Look at how many top-tier university graduates are becoming influencers or doing Douyin live streams. Many of them are doing flexible jobs. They also don't dare to track how many graduates quit their jobs after just 1 year. Yes, in the first year, everyone gets a job, so Nanjing University claims a 100% employment rate. In the first year, no matter the conditions, everyone signs a contract. But if you follow up in the second year, you'll find that many have already quit their jobs. By then, they're no longer with the companies they joined. Job satisfaction is really low. This is the reality now. Finding a job isn't a quick or easy process. It's not like choosing the right major will guarantee a steady job for life. Almost everyone these days is changing jobs, switching careers, or quitting. On March 8th, a female student posted a video saying she is studying e-commerce at a private college in Wuhan. She revealed that many of the teachers at the school are part-time and not official staff. They don't care about teaching, but reading off PowerPoint slides and leaving as soon as class is over. There's no sense of responsibility. She also exposed how the school fakes its employment rates. What's hard to understand is that schools are faking their employment statistics. The school claims students have jobs, but even before graduation, a senior in her third year already has her employment listed at top companies. To attract more students, schools ask current students to help spread these false claims. But when graduation comes, the reality is that the actual salary is only $410 a month. Chen Bei, a pseudonym, a counselor from a university in Shandong, told overseas Chinese media that finding a job is really tough now. Since the government introduced the flexible employment policy, the problem of fake employment stats for college graduates has gotten even worse. Chen Bei explained. For example, a parent transfers $280 to the student via WeChat, takes a screenshot, and sends it to the school. That counts as employment. The job might be just taking care of the elderly. Sometimes students are taken to a factory for a 2-day internship. The factory gives them a certificate, and that's counted as employment. Some students even post a few videos on Douyin. The school sees them as influencers or live streamers, and that's counted as employment. Some students even work in the cafeteria helping serve food, and that counts as a job too. The school includes all of these in their employment stats, making the numbers look great on paper, but the actual employment rate is much lower. I feel like the job market these past 2 years has been really tough. Was it always like this, or is it just because I didn't really get it when I was still in school? Or has it actually gotten worse in the past couple of years? I spent 5 years in college, and over the past 3 months, I've sent out more than 200 resumes, and not a single one got a response. My parents are still hoping I'll graduate and find a job that pays over $1,400 a month, but now I can't even find a job that pays a few $100s. Oh my god, I'm going crazy. And it's not just me. Whether it's undergrads or postgrads, everyone around me is saying how hard it is to find a job. No one's getting into good companies, and the job market is just terrible. Even my older siblings in their 30s and 40s are saying wages are low and layoffs are everywhere. And just a few days ago, my cousin posted in the group chat that their company laid off over 200 people. It's like, what are we supposed to do as fresh grads? I'm suddenly feeling lost. I worked so hard to graduate, but now I'm doing worse than some of my friends who didn't even go to college. I'm starting to question the point of going to university. This blogger, a 2025 graduate, shared his job hunting experience in the video and thinks this is the toughest job market we've ever seen. I remember starting with last September's fall recruitment and all the way through to spring recruitment that's still happening now. I've applied to most companies, big internet companies, small ones, state-owned enterprises, and public institutions. I even took the civil servant exam, but so far I haven't gotten a single offer that I'm happy with. When I graduated with my bachelor's degree, things were totally different. I was at a private university back then, and I actually got offers from big companies like Xiaomi, JD, iQIYI, and NetEase. But now, after finishing my master's degree, things have changed. My qualifications are better, but it's even harder to find an offer that meets my expectations. He says now, with graduation coming up and no job offer in sight, he often finds himself doubting his own abilities. You probably won't believe this, but the salaries for graduates from top universities like 985 and 211 are almost the same as what restaurant servers make. Just a few days ago, at the 2025 Spring Recruitment Fair at Sun Yat-sen University, Shenzhen Airlines was offering salaries between $550 and $830 for jobs like aircraft maintenance engineers and IT positions. Yep, you heard that right. Engineers fixing airplanes at a state-owned company are only getting paid $550 to $830 a month. When this salary info came out, a lot of people couldn't believe it. Some even joked that getting into a top university is pretty much the same as becoming a restaurant server. I saw the super popular video that said, with over 10 million college grads a year, that's 10 million useless people. And honestly, I kind of feel like I'm one of them. I'm from Anhui, a fresh graduate, and thought not being able to find a job was the worst thing ever. Turns out an expert said that today's college grads, like us, not only can't find a job, but we also don't have strong health, good habits, or big dreams. It's not that we don't have dreams, okay? It's just survival mode is a default setting. Look at me, $3 for a braised trotter rice, $2 for rice rolls, and I'm haggling over tomatoes for $1.41 a kilo. Just staying alive is draining 90% of my energy. Where's the energy for dreams? With a tiny salary every month, tiny is a compliment. Many people don't even get paid, and some people even have to go back home and rely on their parents. I'm from the countryside, so how am I supposed to go back and mooch off my parents? Honestly, I'm not asking for much here, just a job, really. I graduated with a computer science degree, but it turns out this field is just as hard to break into as any other. Companies don't even need that many people. So I ended up taking a job at an e-commerce company with a pretty low salary, just $700. What I'm trying to say is that if I could get a job through campus recruitment, that would be best. But once you're out in the real world, companies don't really want fresh graduates. I've tried taking the civil service exam, but it's too competitive and I couldn't make it. I didn't want to go for further studies either. I'm just tired of studying, so this is where I'm at. Recently in Hernan, a woman applied for an admin job, but instead of an office, she ended up at a nightclub to be an escort. According to reports from Zhongwang News, this woman Zhang said she was looking for an admin job online when a cultural communications company reached out. They said they'd send her down south to train entertainers, but when she got there, they took her to a nightclub in Maoming, Guangdong and told her, "This is where you'll be interning." In an audio recording provided by Zhang, one of the company guys said, "If you want to earn more, you'll need to wear less." Zhang recalled feeling scared and helpless but had no choice but to follow their orders. After 3 days, she realized she'd been tricked, so she and another 19-year-old girl went to the company and told them they wanted to go home. The company said they couldn't leave early and had to complete a 1-month internship first, so Zhang decided to report it to the police. The company has since been temporarily shut down. Zhang didn't know what she was getting into when she went to the nightclub, but there were also some women who, because they couldn't find other work, ended up choosing to work at nightclubs. However, blogger Wang Shenwei warns women to stay away from nightclubs. While you might make a lot of money quickly, it's a tough job, and it's not something you can keep doing long term. One big problem is that your body just can't take it, drinking a lot and dealing with creepy older guys. After about 2 years, your body's pretty much done for. Another issue is the mental toll. In the nightclub scene, everyone's lying to each other. Guys know the women are faking it, and women know the guys are doing the same. After a while, you just stop believing in love. But the more this happens, the more some women start craving emotional comfort, and they end up blowing all their hard-earned cash on bad guys. A lot of women who work in nightclubs for a while start regretting it. Yeah, they make money, but then it's gone. The sudden jump in income makes them go overboard with spending. Working in nightclubs can guarantee you money, but it doesn't guarantee you won't blow it all. That's all for today. If you enjoy our content, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with a friend. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time.